What's going on, guys? The summer's just about over, kids going back to school, and the summer movie season has come to an end. So we're gonna do a little summer movie wrap-up. We had an awesome panel a couple months ago talk to us about their summer movie predictions. Guess what? They're back. First, you know him from the Schmoes Know on YouTube, Christian Harloff.
Christian Harloff wins the summer poll, said no one ever.
She is one of the delightful hosts from Clever Movies, Aaron Robinson.
What's happening?
And he's the head badass at Badass Digest, Devin Faraci.
Hi, Hal.
I'm gonna take that and save it for later. So guys, first thing that comes to your head when I say summer box office.
Apes!
Apes, bomb.
Yeah, so bad.
It was a slow box office. Great movie, slow box office.
I agree
Right.
with that.
Give me a movie that you feel was severely underrated.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
It was a great film.
It had a terrible title. It was like,
Yeah.
this week on Edge of Tomorrow, will Mora admit that she loves Adam? It's
Yeah.
like,
Right.
This is, why would you call it that?
Any huge disappointments out there?
My biggest disappointment was The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I have to say, I had it high on my list for selfish reasons. But, you know, I was really holding out that this was going to be the movie that Alex Kurtzman and Roberto Orci could pull it through and make a really great movie. And it just was very painful
It was
to
a
watch.
mess.
Devin, I think you showed the most foresight in regards to the #1 movie of the year. You had Guardians of the Galaxy the highest on your list at number 2. To backtrack and talk to us about where you were coming from on that.
I'm a slobbering Marvel fanboy. And I believe that people really wanted something different. They wanted that fun tone. They wanted that space action.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like anything else that was out there. And I saw that coming. I knew what the movie was in advance. And I had a weird feeling that that's what the audience wanted.
I'll tell you what, man, that shocked me because I thought it would do well. There was an early buzz about it for sure, but I remember having that conversation.
You thought it would do decent, Christian. It was number 7 on your list.
I thought it was going to.
Well.
I thought it was going to do about 55 opening weekend, and it shattered that. I would have never in a million years thought it would have been the top-grossing movie of the summer.
Yeah, Aaron, you had it as number 5.
Yeah, it was my
I had it as number 5.
It was my most anticipated movie of the summer. I have to say, I didn't love Guardians as much as everyone else did. I do think it was so refreshing, though. And I thought it was a really fun time.
Hold up a second. You just said you hated Guardians?
I didn't say I hated it. I told you off camera that just to set the record straight that I didn't hate Guardians.
What do you have against raccoons?
It's you know what, I could say something
Did you
about
say that
Rocket.
Groot is lame?
I didn't.
America loves Groot!
I just wanted to see more of Chris Pratt.
Tammy was better than Guardians?
Oh, that I can get on board with.
No. Okay, so I was skeptical about putting it higher than number 5
Yes.
because it was so new, and I just felt like Marvel does it right. So I was confident, but I was just kind of anticipating. You know, I really wasn't sure what to expect, but blew my mind. I mean, I can't believe it did as well as it did.
You are the only one of the 4 of us that did not have Transformers at number 1. You had it at number 2.
People keep going to see these movies, and every time it's just like, oh, maybe it'll be okay, and you go watch it, and you're like, this is the same stuff over and over again. I'm so over it. There's no storyline. It's just a bunch of action.
I feel like it's a painful experience. Like, it's like, I feel like you're a masochist to go in there and get bludgeoned for all that time.
I think America's really interested in the Romeo and Juliet law. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
like the most amazing part of the whole movie. The movie stops dead. So a guy can pull out a card from his wallet and say, this is actually why I can legally bone your underage daughter. And you're like, what is this movie?
Right.
Yeah.
Why does this movie hate me personally?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It feels like the movie is just like, you.
That's what it is. That's Michael Bay
Michael
going,
Bay.
I got you again.
Yeah.
But maybe Americans are coming around a little bit because this was the lowest grossing Transformers film out of the 4.
I mean, it doesn't make a difference because the reality is this is the really sad part about the movie business right now. Is
Yeah.
that it did not make as much here as the other ones did, but it killed overseas.
$1
And
billion.
we are entering a world where Hollywood will be making movies for foreign audiences. You don't want to have to translate too much.
Yeah.
Explosions travel farther
Yeah.
than wit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Plot lines get much simpler and dumber. And they're just going to really focus on like the heroic Chinese government aspect of it. And we're going to be sitting here going, I thought these were American movies.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
going to be all tailored for foreign audiences.
Really strong movie that we haven't talked a lot about yet, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Christian, I know you're...
It's my favorite movie of the year so far. I loved that movie.
So
I was
good.
looking forward to it. I loved Rise, and and Dawn just blew that out of the water.
What I loved about that movie is that the trailer sold us a completely different movie. So when you sat down to watch it, you were surprised at every single turn.
Yeah.
And I love that. We don't ever see that anymore. It was so refreshing.
Yeah, really dug it.
The movie is so good that it has a useless, dumb kid character, and it doesn't even hurt the movie. That's how good it is. It's that excellent.
Another flick we haven't talked about yet, Turtles.
It was a nightmare on film. It was a horrible experience. It was a dismal, grueling piece of crap. But it was perfect for little 9-year-olds who don't know any better, and that's why I made it.
That must be me.
Yeah.
I must be the perfect 9-year-old that doesn't know any better, because I didn't think it was great, but it was fun, and it was better. Look, I think my expectations were like way down here at the crapper. So I think that watching it, I was like, okay, it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, a couple more that ended up in this summer's top 10 that we haven't mentioned yet. Maleficent.
Ugh.
Boring.
That wasn't Maleficent. One of the greatest Disney villains of all time, and she's no longer a villain.
Yeah, I don't know why you decided you're going to take this beloved story and then at the end go, oh no, this is totally different the whole time. Actually,
that was my problem.
It's crazy.
That.
Why would you do that?
Right.
Like, we actually like this story.
Haven't talked about X-Men yet.
Oh, yeah.
How did you forget about X-Men? That's like the second best movie of the year.
So good.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
It was fine.
You didn't love it?
It was fine.
Really?
I enjoyed it.
It was a nice change to not have it all be about Wolverine, right? I mean, it was. I mean, he had a prominent position in that movie.
All about
I mean, it was
Wolverine.
kind of all about Wolverine was sent back into the past.
Was,
They actually changed the character who went back into the past to make it
Yeah,
more
I mean,
Wolverine.
No,
to
but
what
you
you're saying,
had-
it wasn't a it wasn't a third Wolverine
movie.
origin
Right,
story.
exactly. But
yeah.
there was like Quicksilver, which was so
Quicksilver was
awesome.
Oh
I
man, that was one of the
Oh.
best scenes
It was
of the
the
summer.
best scene of like all superhero movies, in my opinion. Like in top 5.
So
Top
good.
5.
I just thought it was a perfect blend of what, because I loved First Class. I loved
It
First
was
Class.
good,
I
yeah.
loved
Yeah.
it was the perfect blend between First Class and the X-Men that we first got introduced to.
We had strong debate on this show about Godzilla. Where do you guys stand? What'd you think of Godzilla?
Beginning, really fun, and then great ending.
But the boss battle at the end was
The best.
Pretty awesome.
The fight was
Godzilla
great.
is one of those movies where I really liked it, but if somebody didn't like it, I'm like, oh, I get it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can be like, no, you're wrong. I'm like, oh, no, I get it. I totally get why you didn't like it. It worked for me, but I totally understand why everybody else didn't like it.
Yeah.
It makes absolute sense.
It was beautifully shot. I have to say that. I liked the action, but the story for me was just kind of bland.
The one comedy that made the top 10 this summer, 22 Jump Street.
I love this movie.
Me too.
And then it has the best credit sequence of,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
perhaps
absolutely.
of this millennium.
Yeah.
This millennium.
Possibly.
Big bold claim.
We didn't have a huge animated runaway hit
No.
this summer. How to Train Your Dragon was number 10.
I thought it would be up higher than that for
had it
sure.
really high.
I
Yeah,
felt
me
like
too.
it was one of the few movies this summer that parents could actually take their kids to. I
Yeah.
think maybe Maleficent filled that void for some people. But yeah, I was really shocked.
Okay, guys, let's get down to brass tacks. The top 10 lists. Only one of us correctly chose all 10 films.
No way.
No.
I had 8 out of 10 correct. Yeah, I crapped the bed with Tammy and A Million Ways to Die in the West. Christian Harloff had 9
Wow.
out of 10 correct. Devin Faraci had 9 out of 10 correct. He had Edge of Tomorrow on his list,
I
the
have
only
read
one.
that book.
Oh,
Great
it was
movie.
good.
I was confused by the
Yeah,
greatness
I like
of
that.
Aaron
thing.
Robinson had 10 out of 10!
Yes! Girl power!
Hell yes!
Yeah.
You did the damn
I'm feeling
thing!
really good about myself right
Wow.
now. What if I win though? Do I get a cool t-shirt?
You get...
Oh, do I get to pick something from the collection?
Gets to wear a bikini.
She is the champion.
The last time I won anything was in 5th grade, and it was a Sega Genesis because I read the most books in elementary school.
Also, we put the call out to you guys, the viewers, to give us your lists. And we had several people who had 10 out of 10. But now we gotta go to the tiebreaker, who positioned the films correctly. And it all boils down to 22 Jump Street and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We'll know everything when the dust settles, but until then, let's take a look at our finalists. Congratulations, guys. Great job. One of you will be wearing a Screen Junkies t-shirt, but just all of you should know that you're better than me. I'm human garbage compared to you. Aaron, not so special anymore. All those people chose 10 out of 10 movies.
Thanks, Hal. I knew I could count on you to make me feel good today.
But you're the best we got.
Thanks, Hal.
So, what was your favorite movie this summer? What was the biggest disappointment of the summer? Let us know in the comments section below. We want to know what you thought. Oh, and let me ask you this. Do you need more Screen Junkies in your life? Well, you can watch every Screen Junkies episode and every Honest Trailer on Break.com's new app that's available on Xbox One and Xbox 360. Again, I gotta thank this awesome panel. Christian Harloff, check out Schmoes Know and AMC Movie Talk. Aaron Robinson, Clever Movies. Devin Faraci. If you're not reading Badass Digest, you are a bad human being, okay? I'm Hal Rudnick. Thanks for watching Screen Junkies. Hit me up on Twitter. Bye-bye. If a man were to make love to a black hole, what would happen?
Probably not going to come back from that experience.
Yeah,
Once you go black, you never come back, right? Exactly. Right.